Welcome to the Ever After Cast, brought to you by Ever After Holidays. We're your hosts, Mattie.
And I'm Laura.
Here to share magical adventures and unforgettable memories from Disney, Universal and beyond, together with our special guests.
Please note, all views and stories shared are personal to ourselves and our guests and may not reflect current park or destination operations.
So sit back, relax, and let's begin today's adventure. So hi everybody and hello Laura.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good, I'm excited.
Let's just say first of all a big hello to all of our listeners. This is our first ever After Cast. Something that we've been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah.
But obviously with the move to the new office and everything, we needed to make sure we had the right space, the right people to help us work on it. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's helped put it together.
Yeah.
This is our first episode. And just to let all the followers know what we're going to be doing in every episode of the Ever After Cast is we're going to be talking about customers and people's magical memories. Yeah. Magical experiences, Disney, Universal, worldwide destinations, to help inspire other people, tell their own stories, and a way in which that we can talk about our experiences as well.
Because we've got a lot of experiences personally, both of us. But it's great. I'm looking forward to hearing other people's experiences, and because everybody's got a different way of doing the parks, doing the holidays, and it could say inspire, give people tips and everything.
Everyone's got a different story, and that's what the Ever After Cast is going to be all about. People's stories. It's not about selling holidays or anything. It's all about stories, experiences, and
emotions, magical moments. Yeah,
exactly. And we'd like to think as well that every week, each episode that we do, that people can listen to it on the way to work, while they're at the gym, or in an evening before they go to sleep, or if we bore you, you can fall asleep to it.
Yeah.
It's complete. You can use
or the night before where you're packing.
Yeah.
For your holiday, getting excited.
Give you travel tips as well. So we hope that you all enjoy listening to the Ever After Cast as much as me and Laura are going to be enjoying doing it for you.
Very excited. Yes.
So the first episode. It'd be wrong to do it all about me because many of you know who I am here at Ever After Holidays. I'm Mattie, obviously. So what we're going to be doing today on the first episode is we're going to be talking to Laura about her magical experiences. So first of all, Laura, would you like to tell our listeners a little bit about yourself? What do you do at Ever After Holidays? And
well, hi everybody. I'm Laura, and I've just come up to my 3 years with Ever After Holidays. So I know. Where's that time gone? Honestly, I don't know. And so I am a travel advisor. And when I came back to work, we can go into that later, but I slightly changed my role a little bit. So I now do a little bit of the social media as well. So say sales advisor, social media, admin, lots of things basically behind the scenes as well. Yeah, so
Laura's your social media account is excellent. You've got your own YouTube channel as well. Listeners, you'll be able to find the details at the end of the podcast for what Laura does with that side of things. But Laura's going to be working with Ever After Holidays behind the scenes for social media content and travel trips and things like that as well. So just with regards to Disney experiences, I think it's really important that we start every episode off when we have a guest talking about the guests and ourselves, first ever Disney experience. Now that could be a Disney park, it could be a Disney movie, something that really ignited the magic in yourself. If you want to let me know what your first Disney experience was.
I think it has to be my first ever trip. I mean, I was, 90s kid, born in the late 80s. It was the start of all the amazing movies. And I was 3 years old. I was nearly 4 when we first went to Walt Disney World. Now, this was my parents' they had little money and they were like, we just want to do this holiday. I think my dad had sold his business and they had me, I was 3, my sister was 9 months old, so new house, 2 kids, not a lot of money, but they just wanted to do this holiday. They'd seen about Florida and Walt Disney World and put all their money together, had to borrow money, had to borrow clothes to go on holiday. We want to do this once in a lifetime trip, which everybody says. We want to do that and go to Walt Disney World. So this was 1992 and we went there and absolutely fell in love with it. Just loved everything about it. And when we got back, that was it. Then we went every single year. But very, very lucky too. My parents have been absolutely amazing, and been very lucky to go nearly every year, pretty much since I was 3 years old.
That's amazing.
And yeah, I just love the parks more. I love the films and everything. Obviously, I'm just huge Disney fan.
But your first Disney experience was Walt Disney World, the big one.
Yeah.
Very young age, really lucky to do that. But I'd like to know, what do you remember the most about this trip? Now, I know that I was at your house before, and we were looking through some of your pictures, and I don't know if this might be the thing you remember the most, and I can't remember if this was your first trip or not. But was it your Little Mermaid outfit?
Oh my, yeah. I know. I mean, I don't know if we can insert. No, we won't insert a picture. It was a proper. I don't even know where it was from. Obviously, the merch. You couldn't really get the merch like you could nowadays. But yeah, I was a little. My mum actually, she made me a little pretend passport, and it said Laura and then Little Mermaid, like in in there as well. But yeah, Ariel was my favourite, but I think I remember meeting Cinderella and going in. We did the royal table. We went in the castle. I've got some amazing pictures. I mean, you can't meet the characters like you could back in the 90s, but you still get that magical feeling, even when I meet Cinderella today. Like, it's meeting her was like amazing, and just going on. I'm fond of like the rides, like Spaceship Earth and things. I remember going on them as a really young kid, and just being like the animatronics and being blown away by everything. But yeah, I definitely think it was. To be fair though, I remember not wanting to meet the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. I was terrified. So Beauty and the Beast had just come out. It was 1992, so I think that was the film, and they were in MGM, Hollywood Studios, as it's called now, and it's on video actually, our family video, and meeting the Beast. I wanted to meet Belle, because it was Belle, she was the princess, but I was like, absolutely not going anywhere near the Beast.
So probably your most memorable experience from your first Disney parks visit is mainly, by the sound of it, the character experiences.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people, that's what it's all about, and that's what sets Disney destinations apart from other places around the world, is the character experiences, the meet and greets, the dining experiences with the characters as well. And even seeing other people, like I don't see myself as a character person really. I'm a ride person. You have to you see what things are your favourite things, don't you, at Disney, what you really want. My friend loves going the characters, whereas I would more of a queue for a ride than the characters. But even when you queue and you're watching other people maybe seeing their first time experience, it's honestly so emotional. It's lovely. I enjoy watching other people as well. Yeah. But so obviously your first visit to a Disney destination, and your first when you fell in love with it all, was back in 1992 at Walt Disney World. Since then, out of all of your park visits, if you had to pick, and I know there's been many, if you had to pick one memorable moment, one significant moment that you will never forget, what would that be?
There's so many. I'll do one really quickly, because I'm sure we're going to be talking about a lot over the years. It was my 18th birthday. We'd just lost my granddad about a month before, and very last minute we booked my auntie, uncle, my cousins and my nan onto the holiday. So I was always wanted to be there on my 18th birthday. And I remember going to the princess breakfast in the castle, and we were stood right at the top of Main Street, really early morning, and I remember my cousins were dressed up as the princesses, and they were literally one was 4 and maybe 2, so maybe it was my auntie and my cousin, but they were pulling my nan up Main Street. I mean, she was giddy as well. It was her first visit, and they were racing, because they were a little bit late, I think, and I was like, come on, we've got to meet the princesses and go for breakfast, and they were racing up Main Street, and I always remember that. I mean, I've had so many memories, but that was like my nan's first visit, and just a family holiday that we needed at the time. And it was very, very special, that moment.
I can imagine, like, going with a bigger group of family as well is not that it's never a magical experience, the less people, but the more of you that there are there, and if your family have gone through some emotional difficulties, it can really help.
Yeah, really absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot of work when you're a bigger group, because I've done it from 2 people to 12 people. I've been, as yourself has as well, and it can be a little bit more work, but there's something for everybody, isn't there? So you can, and it's lovely to go with people who've never been before as well, because just seeing their reaction and stuff is like priceless, really. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, like, there's so many different, even for myself, and you've just said, so many different moments that stand out from visits over the years. It's hard to pick. Obviously, that's one of your most memorable Disney parks magical experiences. We will probably have, in the series of the podcast and the series going down the line, lots of other things that we'll be speaking about as well. I'm 100% sure.
I can't wait to hear other people's as well.
Yes, I'm excited to hear other guests' experience, because everybody's is different. But when it comes to planning and anticipation for your Disney holidays, obviously you work at Ever After Holidays, so you can book it all yourself. So that's fine, like a customer would ring us to book their holiday. But how do you actually plan what you want to book? So say like you think, right, I want to go to Florida, or I want to go here, I want to do X amount of time. How do you actually decide and plan how you want to structure your actual holiday that you're going to book? How do you plan
I mean,
it?
I'm always been the planner of the holidays, always been the kind of go to Laura, she'll sort it out. I'm a bit old school. I like to have a piece of paper and block out or get a calendar, get the days there, and then just start initially like, okay, what parks do you want to do? I always advise people, and I say use it myself, the app, get the My Disney Experience app, look at the park hours. Because if you go in, for example, at Halloween, you might have some of the not so scary party dates blocking out the night time, so you really might want to go watch Happily Ever After on a Tuesday, but that Tuesday night actually the park shuts at 6. So look at the calendar first for all the parks, and all the park hours are on the app, the Disney app. And then I like to go through what days you want to do. Usually we have like a first day tradition. We'll go to Animal Kingdom the first day, or we'll look at something else and we'll put in the first couple of days, add in those kind of break days as well. But yeah, I'm kind of old school. Get the week out, like a week planner. Look at restaurants you want to do, look at must-dos.
It just sounds like you're more of a meticulous Disney planner rather than a spontaneous Disney planner.
The thought of winging Walt Disney World actually stresses me out.
Or do you use a piece of paper?
I'm a piece of paper. Okay. Because I can't work. No, I can't. But no, I've not got onto that. I am more. I'm not on my phone and all that. It's a piece of like classic. I can like change little bits and bobs.
When it comes to planning your holiday, though, and deciding what makes you decide I want to stay here, I want to do this room type, or I want to do X amounts there. Is it all based on, like you were saying, depending on the time of year, what events are going on?
Yeah, what's new. I always look at what's new, and usually every time I go, there's something new.
Like that.
Look at that. See what kind of the hotels, what they offer. Have I not been one? Like my next Walt Disney World trip, we're staying at a hotel we've never stayed at before, and because I like to do new things and have something different. I like my traditional stuff because there's things we always like to do every time, but then there's always something new. So if we know, we want to do this new restaurant this day or whatever. So break down like parks, restaurant. Most of the time, to be fair, it revolves around food as well, and what new restaurants or what meals we want to do.
Don't worry.
So yeah, it's usually starting around that and then build it up around. But some things have to change. But again, the park hours is a good way to start.
And I think as well planning your especially a Disney World trip, it can all be based around new attractions when a new thing's opening.
Sorry, and again, the first few days you're up real, especially Walt Disney World. You need to use that when your body is naturally up early because of the time, especially going for the UK. So I always like to think, right, what are the early start days? Like maybe the first few days, utilise that half an hour early entry at Walt Disney World or that hour early entry at Universal, and get in and do, the main rides and use that benefit you get staying at the hotel guest because you're up earlier, and then use the second half as a later night fireworks and things like that.
Yeah, and of course with all the new attractions and things that get announced all the time, I must admit, when I'm planning mine, I don't know if you're the same, you will look at the calendar of new attractions opening and try and make sure you're there for when they're all opening.
Yeah, because it's gutting when you go and you miss it by one day or something like that. Yeah. And again, refurbishments, look at what rides are. It might not, rides can obviously have a refurbishment at any point. They can throw them in at any point, but you might really, really want to go on Big Thunder Mountain and it could be shut for that month. And again, and the weather, look at the weather again, look at the crowd calendars. We know certain times of the year can be a little bit busier, which might be when...
And cheaper as well.
You have to... If you can, some people obviously are tied to school holidays, but there's certain points of those times that are a little bit
where you can do a crossover.
Better.
Exactly. So with the now obviously planning your Disney trip, you're looking at your hotels, you're looking at your parks. So I want to know, what is your favourite Disney park in the world that you've been to, and why?
Oh,
and
okay.
you can only pick one, because we will be doing an episode about different Disney parks.
Yeah.
But this question, and I know that it's hard, which Disney
I always
park,
know. I always stick to my girl Epcot.
Epcot is your favourite.
Yeah.
So tell us why Epcot is your favourite park in the world.
Mainly because I worked there, so it has a really, really special place in my heart. I remember it, say, as a kid, I remember sitting on Spaceship Earth and just being like, oh, I'm in my happy place. And I loved it. I loved the technology side of it. I loved the World Showcase. But yeah, I was lucky enough to work there as a cast member in 2011.
This might be a future episode we could do.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, talking about, say, working at Disney, I worked in so if you haven't been to Epcot, it's one of the parks at Walt Disney World. You've got Future World, or what's it called now, actually? I'm very old school. I'll say old school names for things, so I do apologise.
Yeah, I'm still stuck with the old school.
But you basically have like the front entrance where Spaceship Earth is, you have like Test Track, Guardians of the Galaxy, Soaring, that kind of area. And then as you go to the back of the park, you have World Showcase Lagoon.
Yep.
And around the lagoon, you've got 11 countries, I believe it is, representing different countries from around the world. One of them is the UK. So what Disney do, they hire people from those countries to work there, so you're getting the authentic kind of experience. So you can meet people from Japan, China, Norway, etc. So yeah, I was a cast member there at the Rose and Crown, and yeah, just say getting to experience Epcot a bit.
You did work on some of the kiosks as well.
Yeah, the Chippy. I love the Chippy. And obviously the front, kind of greeting people I was in more the food and beverage side, basically. And yeah, I love Epcot because, again, it's a bit more, as I've been many years, I've loved it anyway, but I'm more into the experience of the park. So if you're not into rides, you just want to, again, you can walk around the lagoon. If you want to, there's drinking around the world. If you fancy a drink, if you don't, you can eat around the world, or just go into those pavilions and see like different things.
I think with Epcot as well, there's a lot of nostalgia there because it hasn't changed.
It's very retro, yeah.
It hasn't changed that much. I mean, there's a lot of new things, and they've changed some of the attractions inside. Guardians of the Galaxy and Test Track's recently changed as well. And obviously Frozen used to be the
Maelstrom.
The Maelstrom, that's it. But the actual visuals of Epcot hasn't changed a lot for years.
Especially World Showcase.
So there's a lot of nostalgia there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see why Epcot might be your favourite one in the world.
They sometimes have like festivals on, so Festival of the Arts, they have Food and Wine, they have Flower and Garden, they have then special, like I've watched Hanson there, Billy Ocean, I've watched what they called, not Earth, Wind and Fire, Kool and the Gang. And you sat in a theme park watching, like dancing and singing, and they have obviously the special Christmas candlelight procession. So there's always something going on in Epcot, which is what I love, and I think that's what Walt wanted as well in the park, like that park kind of always developing and always something going on and showcasing
I must admit, I love the whole different festivals they do. I mean, I've never done Festival of the Arts, which is
next year.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on. But what I want to ask you now, and it might not be in your favourite park, but I want to ask, what is your favourite, if you had to only pick one, Disney ride in any Disney park that you've been to in the world right now? Because we know you've got some trips coming up.
I mean, I'm not going to overthink it. Let's just not overthink it. Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
You knew I was going to say that.
I knew you was going to say Haunted Mansion. It's definitely Haunted Mansion. That's your house goals.
Yes, absolute house goals. But then I love it in like Paris. I loved it in California, like the original one. But yeah, if I had to, that's just always like my go-to. It's what I buy the most merch on and kind of.
And the layover in California as well.
That was the best.
Yeah.
That was absolutely. It's basically, they do a holiday overlay of Haunted Mansion, which is Nightmare Before Christmas. So you've got all the Nightmare Before Christmas characters in the Haunted Mansion, and it was just the best thing I've ever done.
I must admit, I saw that layover for the first time last year, and I was actually blown away. I couldn't believe inside how different it looked compared to what it looks like in the mansion when it's not the holiday layover. So they must, God knows where they store all these animatronics and things and get them all out again every year. It must be an incredible feat. But they do that in Tokyo Disneyland as well.
Yeah.
The Haunted Mansion layover. the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Might be seeing that soon.
Yes, yeah. So I did think you were going to pick the Haunted Mansion, to be honest.
Yeah.
So there's no surprises there.
But Spaceship Earth is a close second. I like the Pirates. I like the old school ones. I am very
nostalgic
ones. But the ones that have been, the original Carousel of Pro. I know everyone goes in there to have a sleep, but I love stuff. People Mover.
To get out of the rain.
I'm not. I love rides. I'm not like scared of rides. I'll go on like the fast coasters and all of that stuff as well. But there is some amazing technology. Right, like Everest is amazing. Dinosaur was one of my favourites.
Yeah, which was
Goodbye Dinosaur,
I
know. But yeah, I have to stick with the classic kind of
Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Haunted Mansion.
What an amazing ride.
In another episode, a special episode for you all. But now we're going to talk about something that we both love when we go to Disney destinations, and that is food and drink.
Yeah.
So I would like to know, do you have any go-to Disney snacks and Disney drinks that are a must for every single trip? Like, you cannot go on a Disney trip without having that, either drink or snack. Pick one from each.
Definitely Dole Whip. I'm a classic Dole Whip girl.
With rum or without?
Oh, I had it with rum on the cruise recently. Oh, perfect. But no, I do like the classic, even like the specialty ones that they do in Magic Kingdom. Also the spring rolls, the cheeseburger spring rolls. I had them as well recently. Magic Kingdom.
They do the mini ones in it.
Do they? Oh.
Yeah.
Rice Krispie treat. I think I lived off them on my last trip for a week, and I can't
What
think
about
of any others. A drink.
You like your Joffreys?
I like Joffreys, yeah. Specialty drinks.
Gideon's.
Oh, yeah, the cookie. Yeah, the Gideon's peanut butter cold brew is a must do, and the cookies, obviously.
See, I've never ever been to Gideon's.
What?
Ever.
What?
I just look at
God,
the queue and I think I can't do it. And last year I got there before Disney Springs opened, and it was about 20 minutes before it opened, and the queue was, it would probably been about 10-15 minutes, and I was kicking myself for because I wanted to go buy some art. So I went to the art shop, but the art shop didn't open until 10.
Oh no.
So I should have just stayed in the queue for Gideon's, because I've never had it because of the queue.
If the queue's not turning around the corner like towards Morimoto Asia, like that restaurant, you're fine. You're only about 15 minutes really. We went on my last trip, we went into Disney Springs late on, and we were there till it closed, and we got in the queue at 5 to 11. It shuts at 11 p.m. We got in the queue at 5 to 11, and it was only about a 5-minute queue. But if it does look a long queue, if that queue's going all the way down the wall, but actually probably only about 20 minutes.
Next time I'm just going to have to do it.
Yeah, and it's fast. It is a tiny shop, but if you love your gothic kind of decor and aesthetic and stuff, it's amazing.
The bags are cool as well.
Yeah, I brought that back home. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
What are you going to just look at it?
I might frame it. I always get the little, as well, they give out the little menu cards in the queue as well, but they're like little postcards with the art on the other side of the different. Each month they have a different character and a different cookie and all that stuff, and the merch, and I keep those cards and frame them. So yeah.
Well, moving on from drinks and snacks.
I want a Gideon's now.
And we only can pick one, just the one. I want to know, is the one restaurant that is a go-to on every Disney trip. Now, it could be in any Disney destination you've been to, but I want you to just pick one restaurant that you love across the Disney destinations that you've been to that is a must.
Right, there's so many though, like restaurants I could choose from. I'm trying to think now. Definitely one of my favourites that I've kind of discovered over the last few years is Sonar. So that is in Animal Kingdom Lodge in the Kidani Village side. It's mainly like curries and African, Indian inspired food, and they do something called the bread service.
Wow.
So it's like all these like naan breads, different flavours, and then loads of like dips, and they go through from like mild to spicy, and you can just go, I think you can go in and just have that and some drinks, or they do like a dinner service and you have the like rice and little different kind of pots of curries, and you can kind of pick and choose.
Is that
like
quite
smaller.
like friendly for people who have quite, vanilla food palettes as well?
I'd say
I can be quite fussy when it comes to like.
They definitely do
like
a butter chicken. I've definitely had butter chicken because I don't like super spicy, and the bread service is amazing as well. But it's also good if you're kind of sick of burgers and hot dogs
Can you get chicken tenders in there?
I don't think so. But you can get naan bread and dips, so it is. It's amazing. There's lots of restaurants actually in the Animal Kingdom Lodge that are beautiful. If you want a little bit of different cuisine, Boma for breakfast and the buffet, they're both buffets, but at dinner time as well. So say if you're sick of, like, say, chicken tenders, not that you could be ever sick of chicken tenders, but and burgers and
just
things.
Something different.
Different, and it's a beautiful resort as well. Just to go.
I have been to Animal Kingdom loads of times and eaten there, but never in Sanaa.
Yeah.
So that is the one that overlooks the savannah as well, is that right?
Yes, yeah. So you'd be right, you have window seats right by, like, see, the zebras and things like that. And then again, you can go outside and look around the resort. So if you're done in Animal Kingdom, kind of it closes a bit earlier, Animal Kingdom, doesn't it? So if you're done a bit early evening, get a bus across then to Animal Kingdom Lodge and have your dinner there, or even their quick service is amazing. So it's just one of my favourites.
The zebra domes.
Yes.
Wow. They are delicious.
Yes, I think you can get them maybe in Sanaa menu, I'm not sure, but yeah, that's one of my favourites. Again, and there's lots of nice restaurants in the resorts as opposed to the parks.
But that is the one that you're picking as your favourite.
Yeah, I would
go to for every single Disney trip.
Yeah.
Out of all the Disney parks you've been to.
Yeah.
So going with Sanaa, Kidani Village, Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Perfect. So talking about Disney Resort hotels, I would like to know, if you want to share with all the listeners, where have you stayed? So out of all the
how long have you got?
Well, we want to know where have you stayed in, from Disneyland Paris to California. Which hotels have you stayed at? You don't need to elaborate into them, just let us know which ones you've stayed at, and then I want you to tell me, out of all of them, if you had to pick one, which is your favourite and why. Okay,
well, let's start with Walt Disney World really quick. I have stayed from value to moderate to deluxe.
Yeah.
When I worked there, I was lucky enough to stay at a few for like 1 or 2 nights. So I did a little bit of resort hopping when I lived there and worked there. But a lot of the time, Pop Century is always a go-to for me. I love Coronado Springs.
And these are all the ones you've stayed at?
I've stayed at there as well, yep. And I've probably stayed at most of them at Disney World. I think
Is it easy to say which ones you haven't stayed at?
Yes. So I haven't stayed at French Quarter, Port Orleans French Quarter, and Polynesian. I've stayed at Bay Lake Tower, so that's kind of near Contemporary. But I've pretty much stayed at all the values, I think. Yeah. I've stayed at all the values and say pretty much all the moderates, and then the odd kind of deluxe.
So your Walt Disney World hotel knowledge is fantastic.
Yeah, know them well. I'd say one of my favourite, this is sidetracks though, but one of my favourite subjects or things to talk about is the Disney transportation between the resorts and the parks. I'm a bit of a geek over that. But anyway, so yeah, Walt Disney World, love most of them there. And say from Pop Century, Skyline Resorts, I have stayed at Caribbean Beach a long time ago. And Paris, I've stayed at Santa Fe, Sequoia Lodge, and the Disneyland Hotel.
Yes.
And California I've done, but I wasn't staying in an official Disney one.
Yeah.
So watch this space. But yeah, I would probably have to say Disneyland Hotel.
In Paris?
In Paris, that was super special.
You had a special girls' trip, didn't you?
Yeah, girls' trip for my friend's birthday, and it's absolutely stunning. You just feel like royalty, you feel like a VIP, you're right at the front of the park. It's absolutely beautiful. And
your stay was after the reopening of the Disneyland Hotel when it had its huge refurbishment. So you got to stay in the new themed rooms.
Yeah, we had a Little Mermaid room.
Yeah, you had a Little Mermaid room, which I'm very jealous of.
Yes, and yeah, it was beautiful, like a really special stay. It spoiled us, properly spoiled.
And you enjoyed the restaurants there as well, I believe.
Yes, I loved the restaurants. Both we did the character one, the Royal Banquet.
Royal Banquet, yeah.
And then Lumiere's as well. Table de Lumiere,
yeah.
Lumiere's. There's so many called Lumiere's. Loved that, and it was just you can go in that hotel and just kind of have a drink or walk around and everything. But when you leave in the park and you can go to your room, and in the mornings walking through that hotel and you're right there, like it is, yeah.
Okay, give us for that stay at the Disneyland Hotel. Tell us what one thing. And I know it was a special trip for you, but tell us one thing that made it your top Disney hotel you've stayed at? What's one thing that you could pinpoint, or a memory or an experience that you had there, which is why it's made it your number one Disney hotel?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't something everybody would do, but we all got matching pyjamas and we went down to the lot. I mean, no one batted an eyelid. It was quiet. There was a few people. To be fair, there was actually a family in there. The little girl was dressed up as Belle, I think, and we all were in our pink pyjamas. All of us in our like late 30s, and we all got pictures in that was a really special thing that we wanted to do, and all got pictures in the beautiful like lobby area with the chandelier. And actually the family were looking over at us and stuff and noticed we were taking pictures, and the little girl had a tiny little camera, just like a little kid's camera, and she's like, can I take a picture of you because you look amazing? And she took a picture, and then her older brother, I think it was, he offered to actually take a picture with the phone, and they were just like interacting. And they're probably thinking, what are these girls doing? What are these grown women doing? But
late at night in the pyjamas,
with the fluffy slippers, and
fluffy slippers as well.
Yeah, just absolutely loving life. And I say, just do it. Just who's judging you? Just do it if you want to do it. And to say it was quiet. I mean, it was busy and stuff. We wouldn't have it was quite late on at night, but the cast members were absolutely fine. Nobody was saying don't do this and stuff. We were just allowed to do that, and that was really special.
The location of the hotel as well is fantastic, right in front of Disneyland Park. To
be fair, another memory was breakfast. We actually did the half board at this trip, and working out the cost of the breakfast was actually. We paid out, like if we were to pay out of pocket, it would cover the restaurants just with the half board. So breakfast was technically free. Yeah. What I like to think anyway, it was, because we've already paid that for the restaurants. But the second morning, I think it was, for breakfast, we were in a different room, and we walked into the room and we sat in this, almost, it looked like a tiara. Do you know that the bench? It looks like a crown. In this big kind of booth, and it's like a crown shape.
Is that the area where they've got Le Fleur de Lis, and then they've got the two restaurants? It was and you look up.
Yeah, it was in the Royal Banquet. It was the room off to the right.
Oh, so not in the actual
and you're
restaurant.
looking out to the park. It's literally this amazing like half domed window.
Is it when you go through the restaurant, it's that long corridor, and then you turn to your right, and then it's that circular room?
Yes, yeah. And it's got the big windows that look right to the entrance of the park, and we had the table looking right out there. So yeah,
incredible time there.
Yeah.
I mean, I must admit, I went to the reopening of that hotel, and it did blow me away. It's made such a difference what they've done to that hotel. So I can easily see why you would pick it as your favourite.
It's super special. And again, you don't need a full week there a lot of the time. You could do a 2-night, you could do a 3-night. And then if you can say, the rooms, we were 3 per room. So if you want to look at like going as a friend's trip or as a family of 4, it is very comfortable. And
they have the character experiences in there as well.
Yeah, the princesses were all around, like on the balconies. And there's lots of places to sit and chill. And
the shop.
The shop's amazing. The clock.
Yeah. You got the clock.
I got the clock.
I know, in 2 times that I went, looked for that clock. Never had it when I was there. When you went for the first time there, they had the clock. And you only had cabin baggage, but you still managed to get it back.
All 3 of us got a clock, and got it back home, all safe, I don't think airport security, what they call security with that bothered.
Sometimes when they see the Disney bags, they're a little bit more lenient. They know you've been shopping at Disney.
They were like, oh no, we're not getting this clock out the box.
Absolutely. So we know that the Disneyland Hotel is now your favourite Disney hotel you've stayed in around the world. And we've spoke about attractions, we've spoke about planning, we've spoke about food, restaurants. What I want to know now is, what is your top travel tip for somebody who's planning a Disney holiday for the first time?
Again, I think I mentioned this before, but get the apps for the destination. So if you go into Tokyo, you go into Paris, you go into Disney World, get the apps, familiarise yourself with them. There's so much to look at in there, and that's going to be your kind of go-to and your guide and your help when you're in, especially even the cruise line. If you're doing that, everything's going to be on the app, as much as you want or as little as you want, but you do need that. So start with that, have a look into that. Again, watch some videos online. everybody's experience is different.
Doing your research, really,
yeah,
you know, because these places, they're all very different. You know, Hong Kong Disneyland is completely different to Walt Disney World, and Shanghai is completely different to Tokyo.
Don't overwhelm yourself though either. No. Don't look into everything. You're not going to be able to do everything, and you don't want to look at a million different opinions as well. Like, just say start with the basic of like the maps and things. Okay, what's this and that, you know.
Yeah, and obviously have a look at the hotels and things as well, and make sure you're picking the right one for yourself, because everyone's different, everyone's got different needs when it comes to what they want from an accommodation when they're on holiday.
Yeah.
Some people might spend all day in the park, some people might not.
Yeah.
So it's really important, especially like if you call in our team, we're always honest with the clients, and they'll tell us what do you want to do on holiday, and if they've never been before, we'll get an inkling as to what they want from their holiday, how they're going to spend the time, and then we can recommend the correct accommodations to suit.
Yeah.
Where they should be spending the time, where they want to be near. So it is a really good tip.
We'll never go, you know, you need to stay here because we like it here, because me personally, like, I don't spend a lot of time around the pool. I'll be out in the parks and I'll use it as a base, or but some people might know I actually need those pool days. I've got kids, and it's everybody's different with, or they might absolutely love Little Mermaid. So you'd be like, well, what about, do you fancy the Art of Animation? But they might be like, oh, actually no, we need a bit of a nicer upgraded room, so we might look at Caribbean Beach or something. You know, it's just kind of asking those questions and
getting to know the person, and that's how we would help them. But that's a really good travel tip to give people, you know, when they're thinking of going for the first time. Download the app for the destination that they're looking at going to, so they can actually see the maps, they can see all the hotels, where's everything is located, to get an idea of the scope of things, and you can read about everything.
That's it, everything, menu down to like what it costs, every food item and all of that stuff, and just kind of screen. That's what I say to a lot of people. Like, I could throw a load of restaurants at you here over the phone, but you're going to be like, what? Good to have a little look, even filter it down to where offers the dining plan, what American cuisine, Italian cuisine, characters, everything will be filtered down. And I say to people, then come back to me and go, oh, I'm looking at this, this and this, and I'll go, oh, that's great, I love that one myself. Just a tip, make sure you book that first when you're doing your 60-day window out, because that one's going to go really quick. And I'll say to people, come back to me and I'll see if I can help you with how you book it, you know, with the 60 days out. And
like I said, so that's a fantastic travel tip. Download the app, and you know, for your destination, thinking of going to, do a bit of research, and then, you know, obviously we guys can
fill the
right
space
direction and fill in the blanks.
Blanks,
so this is the final main question that I've got for you, Laura, on this episode. And obviously we're going to find out more about you all through the episodes. We've got special episodes where we're talking about different destinations and things as well. But every single guest that we have on the show, we are going to be asking this question, and we're calling it the ever after question. And the question is, if you could design your dream Disney day from start to finish, what would it look like? And that could be absolutely anything. You can go wild, you know, obviously try and be realistic with the 24 hours in a day, you know, traveling to 6 parks around the world. You know,
can we mix the parks up?
You can mix the parks up, you can do whatever you want, but your dream Disney
you know
day.
What, I had a dream Disney day already, and that was when I visited Disneyland California. We got into the park, and I hadn't been in about 10 years, and it was very rushed the first time I went, and I wanted Disneyland California, obviously Walt's original park, the first ever Disneyland park. That is something special. Especially if you're a Disney fan, it's extra special, but you can just tell it's got a different vibe to it. And we got there early. It was a few days before Halloween, so the Halloween decorations were up. We got in there early. We went to the Jolly Holiday Cafe, and we got coffee and a little cake. We sat just outside the castle before it officially opened, had our breakfast. They did like an opening ceremony speech, which was very emotional. And then, so we watched that. We then went on the tour, which was going into Walt's apartment. So the Walt's Main Street story.
Yeah, the Walt's Main Street story. That's
so we had that booked separately, which is, again, there's lots of tours in all the Disney parks. This one is unique to Disneyland California, where you can go actually into the apartment that Walt stayed in and lived in when he was alive and was in the park. So absolutely knew I wanted to do that. So we had that booked. And I just remember we were with our tour guide, which obviously the cast members are amazing, but the tour guide ones are next level, aren't they? And we were walking around Main Street, and for like 5 seconds I just felt like I'm so happy right now.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like because it was in obviously it was in Disneyland and stuff.
Up,
but I know. I remember that second. I was with my partner. It was his first time in Disneyland California, and I was just like, I'm just so happy right now.
Yeah.
I'm in Disneyland. I'm on this tour. It's like
I totally get what you're saying.
And obviously the tour was amazing. Going into the apartment.
Well, Disneyland Park, it was the original, and obviously I went last year for the first time to Disneyland, and I did that Waltz Main
I told you, I said you have to do it.
You've got to do it, and you know what? It was a highlight of my trip, and the amount of emotion I felt when I went into Walt's apartment. You know, you can't sit on anything or touch anything, but you know, you can have a picture at the light at the window.
Everything's the same as what it was. All the furniture,
and the story behind the light as well, which we'll talk about in another episode. And just the whole park is a historic landmark.
Absolutely.
And for a Disney fan, it is emotional. You know, I cried when I first went in because you know it's the original. It's like a storybook.
Yeah, it's a piece of history. It's like Disneyland is like a museum almost to me. And it's like, again, but the rest of the day, I would definitely do Haunted Mansion. Probably in California, staying in California. That Disneyland park is one of my favourites out of the castle parks. And I'd probably take some pictures. I love taking pictures. I now go to the parks. Again, I could leave. I do some of the main rides, but I don't have to do ride. I could leave the ride as long as I've got a drink every so often, a little snack, get some outfit changes, do some pictures. And that's what I take a sit down. That's what I enjoy personally. But I know I've probably watched the parade, see the characters, and just. So
that your dream Disney day. You've already
very
had
chilled.
It.
Yeah.
But
that was pretty much.
If you were to do it again, it would be the same.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. And just have a nice meal later on. Definitely watch the fireworks. I don't think I could do it anymore. I am a very park opening to park shut person. I've always been like that. And my family, particularly my dad, is like, we're staying for the fireworks. If we don't see those fireworks, you've not done Disney right. So I've been programmed like that.
It's like Walt's kiss at the end of the night, good night kiss, you know.
Yeah, that's it. And they're amazing. But I'd probably go across to Walt Disney World for the fireworks because they're the best. Watch those, watch Happily Ever After, and stumble back to the bus. Crawl back to the bus.
About 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like an amazing dream Disney day. You've already had it, but you've just basically had it on Walt Disney World. So I think that your dream Disney day in the future could be maybe, you know, you could do it, go over to California, then maybe fly over to Florida and finish with your fireworks in Florida. You could do a rope drop in California and then do your closing over in Florida maybe. I don't know.
Don't tempt me.
If you can make that work with time zones and things. But it sounds pretty amazing. So we're coming towards the end of this episode now, and every episode is going to be very similar with the questions that we ask our guests, or if we've got a special feature episode where we have similar sort of questions but with a different theme. But we are going to ask and wrap up every guest episode with a wrap-up question to ask, are there any future Disney plans that you would like to share?
I mean, you'd be shocked if I said no, wouldn't you? I mean, if I said no...
You've always got to have a Disney countdown.
Absolutely. If you've been, you know the only way to get over Disney blues is book another trip. And that's not that's not selling anything. That's what we do. And I get so many people on the phone, like, I've literally just come back. It's the next day.
Happens all the time.
Please find me with a holiday. Yeah, all the time.
And sometimes it's the people before they go on holiday, they've never been, and it's the member of the family that was less likely to saying that they were going to be like, I'm not going to enjoy it, I'm not going to like it. It's normally that guest who rings back to say, we want to go again, I loved it. That's what I love.
Definitely.
But let us know what's in the future for you with Disney plans.
I mean, I think by the time this comes out, it will already either be there for my next trip, but we're not sure of the timings and things. But my next Disney destination is going to be Tokyo. It's a Tokyo Disney resort. So it's my first park outside of like the Western parks and obviously Paris. So it'll be my 4th Disney park. So I'm doing a little bit of Tokyo, and the city and a few of the other cities kind of in Japan, and then we're heading across to Disney. So
I would always recommend, if you're going to go further afield and it's new, to experience the local culture and things as well, and not just explore.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for that.
So tell us a bit more about what you're actually going to be doing when you're out there, but try not to give too much away, because we will do an episode.
We are doing a special,
a special on Tokyo.
Yeah, we start off with flying from London into Haneda Airport. We're starting off in Tokyo, so Shinjuku, Shibuya, all the main areas that you see for Tokyo for 3 nights. We're then getting the bullet train across to Osaka, and then doing Kyoto, Nara, all of that kind of area. We're not doing Universal this trip, only because I've just come off the back of a very heavy Universal trip in Florida. So yeah, just doing kind of those local areas, and then we head across back on the bullet train to Tokyo, and then we go then to Disney. So 5 nights at Disney. I'm doing 2 Disney hotels, but I'll go into detail of that maybe in the next one.
Yeah, I think we'll talk about that once you've been.
Yes, yeah, because I'll say my experience, because you've obviously been there, so we can kind of compare how we felt about it. But yeah, we've got Tokyo Disneyland and then Tokyo Disney Sea, which is the bit that's everybody says that's like the best Disney park in the world.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on Tokyo Disneyland.
Can't wait. So we've got 2 days in each park. So
that sounds exciting. Is there any trips further onward from that you might want to share with us?
Yeah, so we're going to Walt Disney World in February of 2026 as well. So it's been a while. I did Disney World 2023, and I have just come back from Florida, but again, like I said, it was a heavily like Universal to see Epic Universe. We did 1 night at Magic Kingdom for the not so scary Halloween party, but I haven't done Disney World properly in it'll be nearly kind of 2.5 years by the time I go back. And it's my partner's first time, so I always laugh because he's been to Paris, California, and he will have been Tokyo before he ever gets to Walt Disney World, which everyone goes, that's
not
backwards.
Normally,
it's not. You normally do Paris, Walt Disney World, or Walt Disney World Paris, and then you do. So I don't know what he's going to think of Walt Disney World. I mean, it's going to
blow his mind.
I know. We're planning on doing a resort tour day. And again, like I said before, I'm a bit of a geek with the transportation with Disney, so I'm logistically trying to work out, okay, we'll start there, we'll go there, we'll do the Skyline. I try to get him on every mode of transport across every resort, so let's see.
And you're going to meet up with me and Richard there as well?
Yes, yeah. So my partner's never been to Epcot or anything, and it's actually his birthday when we get there. Then he's requested Drinking Around the World. So
so that's what we're meeting you for.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure he's going to love.
He'll love that. Yeah, we're gonna you can load up like a gift card. So we're gonna get him some dollars on a gift card. It's really handy. You just put it on your wrist, don't you? Like the little card. You can just tap away, or you can do your Magic Band, or you can have because we're going to do it as a gift. You can get those little like cards on like an elastic band.
I don't know.
It's like a festival thing. They might not do it all year round, but I've definitely had one before. Or again, your Magic Band, and he'll be tapping away
before you find out.
And,
you can go to the Rose and Crown and see where you worked as well.
That's what I'm excited for. Just showing him. It's like it is my second home. Even though when I went to say Florida a couple of weeks ago from recording this, when I get there, I'm like, it's my home, because I've spent so much time there. It's my second home.
And like you were saying earlier as well, like because you're going with him for his first visit to Walt Disney World, you're going to probably get a lot of enjoyment out of seeing him. Experience it for the first time.
And we're going with my parents and my auntie and uncle, so it's a solely kind of adult trip, which will be great. My parents actually did their first ever trip on their own 2 years ago, around the same time, February. They went completely on their own. I was not happy. I was like, how can you be there without me? But they loved it. But we were ready for like kind of. My auntie and uncle haven't been since 2018, so they've not seen Toy Story Land, they've not seen Star Wars, there's Tron, so many things. And we're doing the quick service dining plan as part of obviously the offer that was on.
Chicken tenders galore.
Chicken tenders, yep. And excited to do that.
Fish and chips.
Yep, all the festival snacks, get your snack credits there, and staying at Port Orleans French Quarter. So really excited. Brand new resort, so not staying at there.
Sounds amazing. So that's 2 trips you've got upcoming in less than the next 6 months.
Yeah, there'll be more.
There's going to be more. I mean, there's definitely more. We won't talk about them now, but we know there is more.
Oh yeah.
That we're going to be going on together, which we'll be sharing with you all in the future as well.
Yeah, so much coming up, guys. Like, I can't even begin.
We're excited to share everything with you. So to wrap up then, and we're going to do this on every episode as well, we are going to do a quick fire Disney this or that. Now, you can't have time to think about it. You can't be saying, you know, I like churros and Mickey waffles, but also I like these. You've got to be quick. Just quickly tell us this or that out of the two, which one you're going to choose. So the first one that I've got here is Mickey ice cream bar or Dole Whip?
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip. Magic Kingdom fireworks or Epcot fireworks?
Magic Kingdom.
Peter Pan's Flight or It's a Small World?
It's a Small World.
Space Mountain or Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Now this one's meet and greets. Would you rather meet the princesses or the villains?
Villains.
obviously, the Halloween queen. Halloween at Disney or Christmas at Disney?
Halloween.
Oh, that one was too easy for you. The Epcot festivals, this is Food and Wine or the Flower and Garden?
Food and Wine.
Stay on site or off site?
Stay on site.
Walt Disney World or Disneyland Paris?
Walt Disney World.
This one, the last one, Lightning Lane or Rope Drop?
Rope Drop? Yeah, I don't really do a lot of lightning lanes,
You can get a lot done if you rope drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually find if you get there for rope drop, you know, an hour before it opens and then, you know, go into the park and maybe by about 11:30ish, you can get quite a lot done if you're quick and you know where you want to be.
Lightning lane's not in everybody's budget, and I personally would rather put my money somewhere else when I'm budgeting the holiday.
Like food.
Yeah, and drink.
I'd rather put mine into food and drink.
Yeah,
but I think that, I know we're coming off the subject now because it's Disney this or that, but with Lightning Lane, and we will do an episode where we talk more about things like this. For me personally, the one thing that I do always like to book a Lightning Lane for is Tron, to make sure that I get on it on the night and I don't have to queue for ages. You know,
that's
on the night time, I miss a parade or something.
Yeah, you can pick and choose and stuff, but I would rather keep that money because they're expensive. They've changed over the years. I remember when they were free fast passes, and you know it's different now. So I'd rather get up early and have the money. Yeah,
snacks,
early rope drop, break away in the day, come back at night, something like that.
Brilliant. So that concludes our first ever episode of the Ever After cast. I'm really pleased that we got through it. We'll give ourselves a little clap. So I just want to say to everybody listening, I hope you've enjoyed this first episode. We look forward to the next one. Stay tuned. There's lots more magic and excitement to come from me and Laura, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, had so much fun. Yeah, loved it.
Thank you for joining us on the Ever After cast.
If you've enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe and share the magic. For more Disney and Universal travel inspiration, visit everafterholidays.com or follow us on social media.
You can follow myself, Mattie, on Instagram at Mattie Happily Ever After.
And you can follow me, Laura, at Kind of Magic Laura.
If you want to find daily holiday offers and more, you can also visit facebook.com/everafterholidays or follow our Instagram at eafterholidays.
If you'd like to be a guest on a future episode or you have any questions you'd like us to answer, please email info@everafterholidays.com.